Hey y'all, Little Drummer Boy here. I hope you're doing well. Today I want to do my first movie review, and the review I'm going to do is of a movie I saw last Friday night called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Y'all, this movie is right up there with Forrest Gump for a classic. It's the best movie I've seen in years, probably. Best new movie I've seen in years. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio. It's a Quentin Tarantino film. It stars Brad Pitt. And oh my gosh, it is about the Manson family, but it's not what you would expect. It's hilarious. Believe it or not, it has a happy ending, but I don't want to spoil it for you. Uh, it's an amazing movie, amazing acting, amazing cars. I was born in 1970, Little Drummer Boy, 1970, right? And so the Manson family murders and all that crap took place in 1969. So everything about this movie, from the cars, oh my gosh, the muscle cars, Southern California, 1969. The muscle cars are just amazing. Mustangs everywhere, you name it. And but for everything from the cars, the televisions, the way people smoked everywhere back then, the dog food cans, the advertisements, every little nook and cranny of this movie is spot on. The only mistake I saw in the whole thing is if you watch the Cadillac that Cliff is driving while he's going down the road, the speedometer is on zero. Mm-hmm. Yep, it's on zero. So either that old Cadillac has a broken speedometer, or that scene was filmed sitting still. But anyway, he's driving down the road and speedometer's on zero. I did notice that. But y'all, this movie, go see it. Lots of people, if you look at the reviews, lots of people are going to see it multiple times. I want to see it again and again. This one is one you buy. This is a keeper that you can watch over and over and over and never get tired of. And it's hilarious, and the plot is brilliant. The acting is great. I mean, it's perfect. And one thing I didn't like is everybody who knows anything about the Manson story knows that the guy that got sucked into the Manson cult by picking up two of the Manson girls was Beach Boys drummer Dennis Wilson. And he picked them up in his Ferrari. He went home, did, Dennis Wilson stuff with them. And then a few days later, he came back and the Manson family was living in his house. Well, Dennis was a wild boy. He lived what the Beach Boys sang about. He was a real surfer. He raced and he partied. He lived the surfer beach lifestyle. He was the iconic California surfer dude. And so he didn't kick them out. He let them live there until they mooched $100,000 off of him. And $100,000 in 1969 would be, millions in today's money, because that's 50 years ago. And so he kicked them out, but he also stole one of their song. He stole a Manson song. He stole this song, "Cease to Exist," by Charles Manson. He changed the lyrics to "Never Learn Not to Love." It's on the Beach Boys' 2020 album from 1969. And they never gave Manson credits on the record or record royalties. And this is really what infuriated Manson, who was already crazy. This is what infuriated him to go and have the murders done. Matter of fact, Terry Melcher, the Beach Boys producer, and the son of Doris Day, had lived in the Tate house, and he wanted everyone who lived in that house murdered just because Beach Boys producer Terry Melcher had lived there. I mean, he got revenge on the wrong people. He shouldn't have done it to anyone, but he got revenge on the wrong people. But anyway, he came to kill Dennis, and he wanted to kill all the Beach Boys, but thank God they were on tour, and by the time they got back, he was already arrested. So anyway, but in the movie, one thing I did, okay, the person that picks up the girls is this guy named Cliff. He's a fictional character. And so instead of being Dennis Wilson, it's Cliff. And he's in a Cadillac, big lead sled Cadillac, not a Ferrari. And instead of joining the family, well, you'll see what happens in the movie there. Again, I don't want to spoil it, but he goes out there to the Spawn Ranch to meet them. But anyway, but Dennis Wilson and Terry Melcher do get mentioned in the movie by Manson. But y'all, uh, it's not a typical documentary about the Manson family. This movie is hilarious, and trust me, you're gonna like the ending. That's all I want to say about that because I don't want to screw it up for you. Um, and what else was I gonna say? I guess that's about it. There's a child actor in there who is just amazing. She is probably 8 or 10, and oh my gosh, she's one of the best actors or actresses in the movie. And so anyway, yeah, like, like, share, and subscribe to Little Drummer Boy 1970 if you like my content, and do yourself a favor and go see um, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You will love it, and you will want to see it again. I know I'm forgetting something I want to say, but anyway, that happens sometimes when you get old like me. So I'll talk to you later. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.